as St. Martin, our people, we have to work together, so moving forward.
You just need to get back to basics, and from there you could see everything.
Do not settle for less in life. And entrepreneurship is the best way to go. Working for yourself, 2 thumbs up. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon to the wonderful people of St. Martin. How you doing today on this beautiful sunny Sunday? And good morning, good evening, good afternoon to the rest of the SOS family all around the world. Welcome to your program, Strictly Business. I'm your host, Mr. Brian Barry. Call up a friend and tell us to tune in to SOS Radio 95.9 FM for another interesting program that we will share with you this afternoon. Of course, before we get started, we'd like to shout out to all our amazing sponsors. First, if you're looking to go grocery shopping, for all your grocery shopping needs today, go and visit the Aki Supermarket, located right there on the Illich Road for all your grocery shopping needs today. Also right there on the Illich Road, if you're looking for a fresh haircut, go and visit the Los Mejores Barbershop. Get that fresh haircut for the week. Los Mejores Barbershop. And if you're home, you want to watch some great movies, or you need some TV shows, some good series to watch, #1 place to go and visit on Monday, from Mondays to Saturdays, from 5:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. That is the Video Block in French Quarter for video games on PS4, Xbox One, and of course get your movies loaded on your USB key. Right now you can get 30 movies for $30 on your USB or even your hard drive. So think movies, think the Video Block. Now if you want some delicious food, some barbecue food, we have Jerky's, Jerky Tiki Hut, located right there on the Illich Road for some great tasting food. Also we have Jerky's by the Plaza Casino as well. And also not forgetting over the hill, right across from the movies, you have Jerky's there as well. Not forgetting Fat Boy Jimmy right there on the Pondville for some great tasting barbecue food, some delicious Johnny Cakes. That is Fat Boy Jimmy's right there on the Pondville. Then not forgetting we have Gibby, our water and electricity company. Gibby, thank you so much for your continued support. If you're looking for apartments or commercial spaces, #1 place to give a call is J&J Properties. Give them a call at 588-1216. That is J&J Properties, 588-1216 for all your apartments or commercial spaces. Now, if you're looking for electronics, that flat screen TV, that surround system at home, go and visit the Bold Chance Electronics store located right there on Front Street. Also, for some great tasting food, we got Stasha's. Stasha's located right there on the Illich Road next to Aki Supermarket. For some great tasting food, give them a call at 550-9108 or 524-9834. That is Stasha's, 550-9108 or 524-9834. That will do it for all our amazing sponsors. Thank you so much. Quick shout out to my boy Rolex Jr. and Rolex Sr. still in Curacao doing his thing. He's a married man right now, so shout out to you, my brother. Blessings to you and the family. Can't wait to have you back here on the program with us. Coming soon. Thank you to all our sponsors. Now today's program, we're going to talk a bit about some money, tips on saving money. You know, in St. Martin, it seems that the locals, most of us, we have a problem when it comes to saving money, putting money aside. We do more spending than we do saving. So today I'm going to walk you through some tips on how you can save and put some money aside in the bank and in your pocket. Of course, the main #1 thing that you should do is make a budget and prioritize. Very, very important. And it's a mindset. Saving, it's a mindset. You know, you got to make up your mind that you're saving for a particular goal, you're saving for a particular purpose, whether it's early retirement, whatever it is that you want to buy. You know, saving is such an important thing. Your main goal or target is your mindset should be on point, and you should save as much as possible while spending as less as possible. So remember that. Save as much as possible while spending as less as possible. Now, once you have an idea of what you spend in a month, you can begin to organize your recorded expenses into a workable budget. Your budget should outline how your expenses measure up to your income. You don't want to spend more than you're making. So you can plan your spending and limit overspending. Very important. In addition to your monthly expenses, be sure to factor in expenses that occur regularly but not every month. Expenses such as maintaining your car. That doesn't happen every month, but of course when it happens, you need a new tire, you need to change a part, you need to budget that in, that you have that money sitting aside, because cars need maintenance. Even home maintenance is necessary as well. Have that money in case you run out of gas at home, you're cooking and the gas finished. Have that money in case the refrigerator stops working, the fridge needs to be repaired. Have that extra money budget aside. Let's look at another point. Start saving a percentage of your salary. Very important. Whether it's 5%, 10%, 15% of your salary every single month. Consider the money you put into your savings a regular expense. So similar to your groceries, similar to the electric bill, which is every month, the internet bill, which is every month. Do this to reinforce good saving habits. So put a 15%, a 10%, a 5%, whatever it is, put that in as an expense in your budget as well, because it makes you develop that habit of saving. Just like you have to pay every other bill, the bill that you have is your savings. You make that as a bill as well, so you can see that money generating. Let's move on. Number 3, don't buy an expensive car. Of course, we have that problem here in St. Martin. Everybody wants a nice ride, a new ride, a nice car. But don't buy an expensive car that you can't really afford. Of course, most expensive cars, they might cost more in maintaining, more in gas, more in maintenance, and of course the parts are more expensive as well. Now after working 5 years you go and you take a loan. After 5 years you work in a particular job, wherever you work, you're making more than minimum wage. You decide, listen, I've been working 5 years. In St. Martin, we see a lot of people after 1 year, after getting permanent, 1 year, 2 years, they're ready quick to take that first car loan for that brand new car. But here this scenario now, after 5 years, you go to the bank, you take the loan, you get the loan. Now every single month, most of the time, $400, $500 a month that you're paying this new car loan. You're looking good, and it's up to about 5 years. You're qualified and you pay for that loan for 5 years. Now, if you're a particular person, you've been working that job for 5 years. Now, after 5 years, you take that loan. That's going to be 10 years now, because you're going to finish paying for the car loan after 5 years. That's 10 years, and you still wasn't able to save any money. Now, how is it possible that after 5 years first, before you took the loan, you didn't have any savings in your account? But now that you got the loan, you were able to find this $500 now to pay the bank every single month. Where was that $500 before? It's the same income that you were making, but you wasn't budgeting yourself enough because it wasn't important enough to put that $500 aside. But now for sure, you have to pay the car loan, the vehicle loan. So out of your budget, you're making sure now that you have that $500 every single month to pay the bank. But before getting that loan, if you had the willpower and the dedication to put aside that $500 every single month, just in a year time, 12 months, saving $500, you could have had $6,000 in your bank account. $500 for 12 months, that would have been $6,000 that you could have saved before even going to the bank and applying for that 0% down payment and get that loan. So that's $6,000 in 1 year. 2 years, that's $12,000. 3 years, that's $18,000 that you could have saved up. Now, a personal point of mine, if you can save $10,000, $18,000 for yourself, just putting that $500 aside, that's a plus right there. Now you can go to the bank, and for that same $18,000 that you saved in those 3 years, you can go to the bank and get a vehicle for $18,000, but you're taking a loan from the bank and allowing the bank to use your $18,000 put aside as collateral. So you're not looking for a 0% down or whatnot. But the 18,000, it's still there in your bank, and the bank holds that, and the bank issues you the loan. Now, after the same 5 years, when you finish paying the loan and you have your vehicle, of course, it's depreciated for less, but your $18,000 is still there in the bank waiting for you to use, or to whatever you want. So that's a quick point right there. Save up 10, save up 18 before you go and apply for that loan. So you're taking a loan on money you already have saved. Now you might say, but why do I go and take a loan for money I already have? Why not use the cash? Because if you use the cash, then it's gone. It's gone into that vehicle, which is going to depreciate anyhow. But if you save your money, use your money as collateral, get a loan towards that collateral that you have for the same vehicle, after 5 years, you have the vehicle, it's depreciated, but you still have your $18,000 in the bank. Now, this other point made me smile. Very, very funny point. To save money. It says, get rid of the cable TV. Now, you're laughing. You say, oh, you mean get rid of the cable TV? We need to sit at home, relax, watch some television and whatnot. Now, here's why. One big way to save money is to drastically cut down on the amount of television that you watch. So not particularly, I'm in the DVD business, not particularly watching your movies or your DVDs and whatnot. Here's why. Watching cable TV, remember, every single movie that they play on cable, or every single show that you watch, it cuts off and it has commercials. Why? The commercials are there to make money. Now, while you're watching whatever show you like to watch, and a commercial cuts in, each commercial is an ad towards making you have that impulse towards wanting to go and buy something. And of course, it's buy something new and improve, get rid of the old, get something new. So now you may go out there and buy stuff that you don't need. Or maybe you have food at home. It could be Sunday, you cook, you have food at home, but you're watching television. Here comes a commercial about, hey, Domino's Pizza, McDonald's, great commercials, and then you get that urge impulse, hey, why not let's order pizza, let's go and get something else to eat. So now it makes you go out and spend money that you actually didn't have to spend, because you already had stuff at home to eat. Or it makes you see a new iPhone that came out, or a new smartphone that came out, but your phone that you already have is pretty good, but you see, you always want the latest, the newest, because that's what the commercials do. They keep putting in front of us all the latest and newest stuff that is out there, and gives you that impulse now to go and buy. I need to buy some more new shoes. I need to buy some new clothes. While your closet's sitting there and it's busting at its seams because you don't have any more space, you have so much clothes already, but you have that urge to buy the new jeans, the new shirt, all the new stuff. That's the purpose of all these commercials that we see. So while you have cable TV and it's cool, yes, to watch some sports and whatnot, but their main target is to get those commercials in. Remember, always, it's paid advertising. And it makes us as consumers go out and spend money that necessarily maybe we don't have, or money that we could have saved. The commercials give us that impulse to go and spend. So my humble opinion is advice to you, okay, hey, watch more movies instead of watching television with commercials. You put on your movie, you're watching a particular movie that you want, that you love to watch, you could pause it, stop it, whatever it is, no commercials, and you have a good time. But all these commercials, they make and give you that impulse to go out and buy. Next point. Master the 30-day rule before buying anything new that you might not really need. So what is this 30-day rule? Avoiding instant gratification is one of the most important rules of personal finance. And waiting 30 days to decide on a purchase is an excellent way to implement that rule. Quite often, after a month has passed, you'll find that the urge to buy has passed away as well. And you'll have saved yourself some money simply by waiting. If you're on the fence about a purchase anyway, right? You wasn't sure you needed that new smartphone. But hey, it's out there. You set aside, you have that $500, that $600 there for that phone. Why? It just comes out. I gotta get it. But before you go on that impulse buy, wait a month and see if you still really want that phone. Because hey, the phone that you actually have, it's doing what it needs to do. You can check the internet, you got your WhatsApp, you have all the other apps that you have on the phone that you have. Maybe your phone is 2 years, 3 years old, but that impulse of wanting to buy the new is basically putting money in the garbage. And most of us, what we do when we get that new phone, sometimes we don't even sell the old phone, we just have it put down there because other people as well, they want the new. So you end up having 2, 3 phones and you're only using one. So that 30-day rule is very important. Wait 30 days before deciding to buy that new phone. Now, number 6, don't spend, this is very important, don't spend big money entertaining your children. Don't go out your way wanting to buy very expensive gifts for children 5, 6, 7, you know, that don't value the money that you spent. I see young children with some beautiful iPads or tablets, and as you can see, imagine us as adults, we drop stuff and the screen is cracked. What do you think the toddler or the young children are going to do? They fumble with it, they think it's a toy for them, and they drop it here and there, they smash it up. Now you have to go pay money to repair that screen, or maybe even worse case scenario, you have to buy a new one. So don't spend big money on the children. Most children, especially young ones, can be entertained very cheaply. Play ball in the park, you know, buy a football, buy a basketball, baseball. Let's start to go back to the things that we used to do growing up. Play in the yard with your children. Get them to smile, have fun. Head to the court. Teach them to ride a bike, you know, the simple stuff. Buy a bike with them. That is awesome. You have a bike, they have a bike, you go out and you ride together. Now realize that what your children want most of the time from you is your time. They want that quality value time spent with mommy and daddy. That's what they want. They want your time, not your stuff. And you'll find at the end of the day, you save money in your pocket and more joy in your heart because you spend time with the family, you spend time doing stuff with the children. The minute you go and you buy the tablet, the smartphones for them, that's why they're not social like before. Everybody is in their own little corner in the house on their Wi-Fi device or their electronic, and nobody is talking anymore. Everybody is too busy, you know, on the internet checking other stuff. But make time and spend less money buying all these expensive stuff. Especially I see, not even on the electronics, I see children 4 or 5 and the parents of course bought them some new Jordans. What does a child 4, 5, 6, 7, what do they know? What they know about Jordan? Ask yourself, what do they know about Michael Jordan? They have on the Michael Jordan shoes, they have on the Michael Jordan slippers. You could have easily gone out there and bought two pairs of shoes for the same price maybe that you bought one for your child instead of spending all that money. So we indulge in these spending habits. Maybe it's parents wanting to give their children what they never had. But ask yourself, how did you turn out? You know, your mom and dad didn't spend all this money on you. How did you turn out today? Are you okay? Are you a productive person in society? You know, it's okay to spoil your children now and then, but I think nowadays we go overboard with it. Children want our quality time. Because before you know it, they're 18, 19, 20, and they headed off to college. That's what they're gone before you know it. And while they're away now is when you need more money to help them with their studies, because they may be in Holland, they may be somewhere that you now have to be working as hard as you work already now to be sending them money so they can buy food or whatever on the campus, wherever they're at. Now, if you were saving up for that time which you know is going to come, they're going to be 18, 19, 20, all the bad spending that you've done as a parent when they were growing up, you could have that money saved in bank and not having to worry now about working hard 2 or 3 jobs in order to support your family, because you already knew beforehand, of course, that you wanted to send them away. So save up for that time. So you're not only saving up for retirement, you're saving up for your children's future as well. You're saving up that later on you can have that money there in order to give to them when they really need it. Another point, get rid of credit cards. I mean, in St. Martin, I know most people, we were not in this credit thing, but in the US, credit cards, that's the name of the game, you know. Everybody's using the credit cards. But in here, of course, we still have some people that use credit cards. But I suggest replace your credit cards with prepaid debit cards. Most banks on the islands, they now have the prepaid debit cards that you could apply for with a maybe $1,000 spending limit, $2,000 spending limit. And of course, no interest. Credit cards rack up on interest. Your debit card, there's no interest. You spend what you have. You spend what you put on. If you know that you want to spend $1,000 max, you want to do some online shopping, whatever it is, you put $1,000 on that card and you go, you spend like crazy. When it's done, it's done. That's your limit. You put $500, when it's done, it's done. So replace those credit cards and go and get a prepaid debit card. It's very easy to apply for at most of our local banks that we have here today. Okay? Next important point. Very, very important, especially for the ladies. I mean, also for the men, but especially for the ladies. Listen carefully. Go through your clothes, all of them. Go through your closet and check, see what you have. If you have a regular urge to buy clothes, go through everything that you have and see what you might find. Take the clothes from the back of the closet and bring them to the front. And suddenly your wardrobe will feel completely different. Take the clothes buried in your dresser and pull them to the top. You'll feel like a brand new person seeing clothes that, hey, you haven't worn in many years, and be surprised that some of them still fit. And very important, stop collecting and start selling. If you have a whole bunch of clothes or shoes or that you just have there, you know, you can do a yard sale, clothes that you don't wear. Make space. Make space so it's not that cluster, so much clothes that you only keep wearing the same clothes over and over, and you have a closet full of clothes. And of course, you're going to get that urge and you're going to go and buy more clothes, new clothes, spending on stuff that you don't need, and there you go, the same cycle over and over again. Now the last point, as I was talking about money and how you can save, very important for us as parents. I mean, we drop the ball on where that is concerned. Your child, which is 18, 19, 20, and some of them finishing high school at that time. Now, if they didn't get the opportunity to go away and study, whether it's finances, whether they didn't get the scholarship and they decide to stay here locally on the island and, hey, get in the work field. It's our job as parents to teach them how to save their hard-working money. Like I was explaining you about putting that money aside. Here's the quick scenario, and here you visualize how you can save $6,000 within 1 year. Most people right now in their 30s, 40s, some don't even have $6,000 in the bank. Now you're saying, how can I save $6,000 when I have all these bills and whatnot? But this is especially for children that are just, or young adults that are just in the working field, 18, 19, 20, mid-20s. You get that job, and even if they're paying you minimum wage, startup, minimum wage here, let's say, is $800, 800 US. On the front side, it's even more, right? Now, the amount that you're getting, 800, very important now for us as parents to have a good relationship with our children, that they're not in a rush to leave home, in a rush to go and be on their own, in a rush to go and get an apartment, which for sure is minimum $500-600. 1 bedroom, two bedrooms, $750, $800. They are putting themselves in debt immediately on the spot. So us as parents have to teach them the habits of saving. So if your child finishes school 19, 20, and they're living home, still living home with their parents, and they have that minimum wage job, parents, don't go too hard on them. It's their first paycheck, their salary, whether it's $800. If you want to ask for $100, $150 for groceries at home because they still live at home, that's awesome, that's great. No, that child who is making $800 a month, and they can give their parents $100, $150, that's a steal of a deal, that's awesome. Now, what do they do with the balance? If you're making $800, they take out $150, they still have $650. Let's say you teach them to use $150 for expenses, buying their little food, their little snacks. $150 from the $650, that's $500 they can easily save each and every month. $500 put on the bank each and every month. For 1 year, 12 months, that young person can have $6,000 in the bank. Simple as that. $500, 1 year. 2 years, do the maths. That's $12,000. Now, that's the working relationship with the parents, knowing that you're helping your child put some money aside. Not having arguments with them and you want them out the house, and then they tend to want to be on their own and feel that they're working now and it's going to be better. No, but it's going to be worse, because now they have to go pay an apartment, or now they have to go shack up living with somebody, and there you go, all the expenses. Before you know it, they're 35, they're 40, and they have a life of their own, they have children, and they're spinning in this cycle of not having any money, extra money to do anything with. Then they run to the banks, they get a new car loan, they feel good again. Keep putting themselves in debt. So it's our job as parents to facilitate that maneuver. Have great relationships with your children. Teach them the value of saving, of putting that extra money aside. Now, wanting to have a new car is awesome. But again, if you just finished high school or whatnot and you're working, you need to get in that system of public transportation as well. Why not a year, while you're saving your $500 every month, a year you're catching bus, you're catching regular tram, or maybe not catching bus, but your mother or father, they pick you up or they drop you off. You know, don't be in a rush. Don't be too quick to want that new car, or to want to get out the house, to be on your own, to be your own man, to be your own woman, because that is one of the biggest downfalls we have right here on St. Martin. You move too quick, you end up with a family of your own, you have children, you have a family to take care of and support, and there you go with that minimum wage job, and then you're asking yourself, how can I manage? And then you want to blame the government, you want to blame somebody, but you're not blaming yourself from not taking your time to put that collateral aside, putting your priorities in perspective, to say, listen, I want to save for 5 years before I leave home. Imagine that. If you can accomplish that at 20, you finish high school, you get a job, you're working your way up on that job, minimum they're paying you $800, you're going to get an increase maybe in a year or 2 years, but work yourself and say $500 I want to save every single month. I'm going to minimize my expenses as less as possible. I'm staying at home. I don't have a whole bunch of expenses. I just have to help my parents with some groceries. I'm catching bus, so I'm getting a lift. And you know what you're doing. You're putting that $500 aside every single month. 1 year, $6,000. Do the maths. 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and watch how much money you could accumulate. Well, that's our time for today, St. Martin. I always thank you for tuning in to SOS Radio 95.9 FM, listening to Strictly Business. I'm going to end with always telling you, life is all about choices. But most importantly here in St. Martin again, I see the government is trying their utmost best to keep the country clean. Choices again. You make the right choice and keep our island, our country, our beautiful St. Martin. Keep St. Martin clean. Okay, I'm going to close off with that. Take care of yourself. Strictly Business.